Hi guys, welcome to sixth open field media arena. Oh no, we have echoes somewhere. Let me make sure we don't have it. Hi guys, hey Max Blinek, hey 2511. Thank you Isolated for the follow. Welcome. We have another arena here. It's about to start. It's very good to see you guys here. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to early Saturday morning, and it's very good to be here. Hey, Jordi Bridgman, Pon Masur, Dirkje. Hey, Chelsea Monica. It's very good to see you. 2511, if you don't mind giving a quick shout out to 2511. Hedgehog 1963. Thank you, Hedgehog, for being here. It's very good to see you. Let me see if I can spam Hedgehog emote. Hey, Amilfly 2, it's very good to see you. Thank you. So we currently have 25 players in the arena. We have Grandmaster Vugar Rasulov and Stefan 95 back. Hello, Alexandra Samoganova. I hope you're going to join today's arena. Quick shout out to Alexandra. And thank you, Alexandra, for the sub. That's very great, is appreciated. 8 months in tier 1. Can't believe it has been so long that I've been streaming, but there we are. And please give Alexandra a shout and a follow. She is a great lady and a great film. Oh, what did I do? Right, if it would be good if I could type. Well, all right. Thank you 2511 for this. Anyway, guys, it's very good to be here, and thank you for supporting these arenas. As you guys know, these are pilot for potentially hopefully more arenas in the next year. I'm very happy with the way these arenas are going. The response has been really good. And Chelsea, please join. It's very good to see you. Arena starts in 12 minutes and 47 seconds. I'm gonna put arena command. If you put arena command in the chat, you will have to join the Open Field Media Club, and afterwards to join the arena. And thank you, Ofrashah. It's very good to see you. Yeah, thank you. I can relate about playing some strong players, especially recently. And very quick program announcements. Tomorrow I'm playing my third adoption match session against one and only Alessia Santeramo, who is a streamer and a dear friend. Basically, we are playing. She gets 5 chances to adopt me in 1 minute bullet, and very frankly, she's a favorite in that time. Into the time control. I am not, I'm not hold my chances very high, but let's give it a try and let's see what it goes. Also, I'm also monitoring. You can't really see it; it's behind my back on your screen. Also, Anirudh is gonna stream the tournament. I'm very much looking forward to it. Hey, Dirkje, it's very good to see you here. Thank you for being here. Arena is starting in about 11 minutes. We have a pretty significant number of very strong players. I'm steering against Chess X. I'm steering 2511. I'm steering Max Mlinak. And I'm steering my dear friend Ofrashah. And on the top, Grandmaster Vugar Rasulov from, if I'm not mistaken, he is from Azerbaijan. He's there, and there is, of course, always present Serbian contingent. We'll see how that goes. I think these arenas are great because it gives players of all strength ability to play against some very, very strong players, which is good. Hey, Minhuskar, thank you very much. Thank you for the follow, greatly appreciated. We are now at 2,800 followers, which is really nice, and it's really nice for this channel. I am very much looking forward to 3,000. We're probably gonna have a special event once we reach 3,000 followers, I'll keep you guys posted. Also, if I have a Twitter channel that I use for program announcements, please give it a follow. Also, there is a YouTube channel that promotes that all the streams get posted to. And also many thanks once again to Hedgehog1963, who is basically responsible for posting videos there, and he has been doing a very, very, very nice job. Without him, that channel wouldn't have been there. And if you put exclamation mark prizes, the prizes are listed in the command. And we're looking forward. We have reached 34 players. I'm seeing Chelsea there. I'm seeing Alexandra Samuganova there. I'm seeing Halvard, my dear friend, there. And hey, June, it's very good to see you. And we have been discussing this internally in Open Field Media 2511. We are going to have class prizes starting with the next tournament. And oh, thank you, Emily Fly. That's very greatly appreciated. Thank you very much. That means a lot. And we are actually going to have a little poll to decide what classes which we have. And I see that Chelsea is actually going to stream her appearance in this in the tournament, which is really, really, really nice. Let me see here. Yes, 2511, if you want to make a poll, in other words, we're probably going to have 3 class-based prizes. And I would just like to know what classes should be. Should there be like a under 2,000 class, under 1,600, and under 1,200? And should we even have like a class that's under 800? So if you can make a poll, that would be great. And yes, Max Milanek, that's one of the things we want to consider. It should be based on peak rating. We just don't want to make sure that people don't lose their rating in order to participate in a particular class. The idea between class prices is to basically encourage people to have more opportunity for prizes. Otherwise, if you have strong players that are like 2890 Grandmaster or 2600 FM, it's gonna thank you for the poll. That's very greatly appreciated. The idea here that we should have classes, and Opperschach, it's classes we're going to be based on results. We will definitely have opportunities to play tougher opposition. And actually, along the lines of Opperschach was saying, I was very encouraged to do this with my adoption matches that gave me opportunity to play against some strong opposition. I think we're going to figure out how to make that a regular event on the channel. Maybe one of the prizes might be some sort of an adoption match for the winner of one of the classes. Anyway, it's still very much in flux, and any suggestions in the DM or in Discord would be very useful. There is an exclamation mark Discord command. You can also please join. It's I'm trying to make this Discord more active, but we'll see how that goes. I'm very much looking forward to future arenas. Okay, so hey Halvard, it's very good to see you, my friend. I see that you have joined the tournament. Good luck. It's going well. Okay, so 2K, 1,500, 2,000, another 1,500 are good classes. Yeah, that sounds reasonable to me. I think something else is doing this. Thank you, AmiFly, too. Thank you for joining the Discord. Yeah, Harvard, yeah, of course, you would like 2100. Let me guess what your rating is. Your rating right now is 27, yeah, 2069. Gotcha. Thanks. Yes, makes sense. Hey, Asia Bell. Oh, a huge shout out to Asia Bell, who is one of the players that I have negative score against. She streams with her sister Dina Belenkaya, and she also has her own channel. She also has her own YouTube channel. Please give her a follow. She's a great lady. She is an aspiring chess player, and please give her and Dina a follow. They are two great ladies. And Asya is normally doing this. Oh, thank you, Lon, for gifting Asya a sub. All right, so guys, we have currently 40 players. There's still 4 minutes left to join the arena. Thank you for the compliment. It's very good. And thank you, Lon, for giving Asya a channel. Asya is a great lady. Actually, I think the lady deserves a diamond. So let's take care of that real quick. All right, very nice. Okay, so Asya now has a diamond there. Thank you again. All right, so we have 42 players. Let me see if I see anybody here. 2511, we have mod, Ulon is here, and we have other mods. Feel free to stream. I think I always feel guilty when you keep modding the channel at the same time when you are playing in the arena. So please go play. Thank you. Emily Fly, let me see. You're the last seed. Are you our AI tracker 287? Let me put it this way. We all started somewhere, and it's all really relevant. We are here to get better. That's one of the purpose of playing chess online. So please, that doesn't matter. All right. So yeah, good luck 2511. You actually have been on the podium in a couple of these arenas. I would be very glad to see you be on these on a podium again. All right, so let's see. We have 45 players, actually of all strengths. And let's see, we got Dragon B70 from Hungary, who has always been participating into more than one of these arenas. It's very good for us to see him here. And the Machino 4 is a German Indermaster who also has participated many times. We also have some new names that haven't participated before, and there's still 2 minutes to join. So if you put an exclamation mark join in the arena in the chat, you will see how you can join the arena. Basically, okay, is that command not working? All right, let me put arena, or yeah, there you go. Yeah, looks like there is something wrong with the join command. Let me see what's Moobot here doing. That command should actually work. Oh yeah, it's turned off. Very good. Let me fix it real quick. Right. Yeah, it's actually there. It's just not turned on. All right, now it should work. My bad, guys. Anyway, okay, so yeah, now it should work. Exclamation mark join is working. We still have 1 minute and we have 48 players. All right, 2511, good luck. Go focus on your own channel and get that going. Good luck in the tournament. Oh, Bullet Mercenary is also in the arena. He's a sub. Hey, Bullet Mercenary, thank you for joining. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the 3-month subs of subscription. That's very greatly appreciated. Quick shout out to Bullet Mercenary, who is a friend and a fellow streamer. He streams usually adoption and bullet matches against very strong opposition. Yes, good morning, Bullet Mercenary. What I'm also looking into is we may end up doing a US friendly version of these arenas at another time. That's going to be announced. Hey, 2511, I just saw you gone live. We have 17 seconds before this starts, and I'm very much looking forward to the arena starting. Let me just wish good luck to everyone. And arena is starting in 1 second. Good luck, everyone. And let's see where we are at. Okay, and we have started. 51 players, wonderful. Thanks, Asya Bell. Asya, you should come and join one of these. You know, we have people of work strengths. Okay, so the first game we're gonna take a look is a game between, all right. It's a game between FIDE Master Stefan 95 and Grandmaster Bugar Rasulov. That's basically two strongest players in this tournament. Let's see, that's one, and we have Chelsea Monica facing Bullet Mercenary, and with your permission, that appears to be that's going to be the featured board on this. And let me just adjust myself so I'm lining up properly with this. Just bear with me. Sorry about that. Yeah, that's better. Okay, and let's see how we're doing. Okay, I'm actually gonna keep the evaluation board, but I'm gonna turn the lines off, so to prevent any possibility of stream sniping. Yes, Asya, you're definitely a lady of all strengths. Please, I would love to see you play any one of these tournaments. So, especially since next week we are definitely gonna have class-based prices. So let's see how this goes. All right, so we are now looking at the game between Chelsea and Bullet Mercenary. Bullet Mercenary has this Octopus Knight on d3, which probably gives him the slight advantage. He is, though apparently computer doesn't like this Queen a5 move. On the other hand, Chelsea has this very strong bishop on d6. So Bullet Mercenary is basically hoping to put the bishop on a6, probably in this position. And let's see how that goes. All right. So knight c, bishop a6, queen h1. Looks like Chelsea missed some tactical chance here. I think what computer wants to do here is probably start pushing on g4 and putting the bishop on putting the rook on g1 and attacking on the g file. Oh wow, okay, it's very interesting and not that uncommon to see the evaluation board go up and down like this. All right, let me just take a quick peek at the game between Grandmaster Rasola and Stefan 95. Looks like Wuger has queen versus rook, and that should be a game that he should be bound to win. Let's see what other games we should take a quick look at. Let's take a look at Alexandra Samoganova versus How to Move a Knight, who is a very strong player from Poland. And okay, Alexandra historically has a time problem, and this is 3+0, so I hope this is more or less an even position. Yeah, castling, and let's see how this goes. She did drop on a pawn, but she has some counterplay opportunities, and this position honestly is very equal, especially now that bishop era has left. And I don't like this bishop on e7 move, of course, and let's see how that goes. All right, and this is a very dangerous position for both sides. Okay, let's see how we'll come back to it. And we have the first one game. The Rasulov has won against Stefan 95. Let's look into some other players. Okay, let's look at the 25-11. This is his, I think, first game. Let's see how he's doing. Hey, Chess Lions, my dear friend. It's very good to see you here. Thank you. A huge shout out to Chess Lions, Daniel Davar. He is a streamer and a friend, and he organizes this quite a lot of events. Most notably Bundesliga quarantine tourneys on Lichess. Give him a follow. He's a great streamer and a great friend. All right, so we have Chelsea Monica and Bullet Mercenary finally drew their game. Okay, that's nice. So we're gonna now focus on Alexandra's game with How to Move a Knight. And Alexandra is in a little bit of trouble here because white has these two distant passed pawns. And having those two distant pawns basically gives white I'm not sure if it's a winning advantage or not, but now this pawn on e5 is in a little bit of trouble. I don't like this, and I might be brain dead, but wasn't rook e7 the move here? Let me take a quick peek, if you guys don't bear with me. Wasn't, okay. All right. Oh, it was in this position that, yeah, Alexandra could have played rook e3, and that would have been a draw. Okay, and now, unfortunately, the game is over. Alexandra, the How to Move a Knight has won a game against Alexandra Samoganova. All right, going back to 25-11 and evolution of techies. That's a little bit of a mismatch. Let's see who else is playing. We have an interesting game between 1,200 and 3,000 players. For the record, we have no control over the pairings in this tournament. This appears to be a little mismatch, but on the other hand, Ryabinov gets to play against a strong grandmaster, so which unfortunately didn't end well, but that's one of the purposes of these arenas, to enjoy games of this kind. All right, let's take a quick look at about Chelsea Monica is playing against Chepak. They're about equal in terms of strength. And let's take a quick peek at the standings, just the early standings. Of course, Fritzy 2003. Oh, I'm very happy to see Flux here. Hey, L30R0, it's very good to see you. Thank you for the follow. That's very nice. So, of course, Grandmaster Rasulov is still leading the tournament, but Fritzy is right behind, so it's Flux, Anirudh, who is also streaming this. And here is an Opera Shah who is under 1,000 rated, but he is basically one of the leaders of the tournament. And Josef Tacher has also joined. He has won, I think, the 4th arena, and so I'm very happy to see him back. And anyway, we see there are lots of players still very much in contention, and including a 1,500, 1,800, and 1,000. That's very good to see. Let's take a quick look at some of the games. We are already looking at Chepak and Chelsea Monica. That's an interesting game that's basically equal in a sense that Chepak has an exchange, but Chelsea has an attack and White King is in a little bit of trouble. I'm not sure whose position I actually like. 98274 and so on. I'm sorry, that's a very long username. The time controls are 3+0. All right, let's go back to, let's take a quick look at Bullet Mercenaries game. Looks like this is Queen versus Rook, Bishop, and 2 pawns. That's actually a fairly interesting endgame. All right, so 25-11 has won by timeout against Evolution of Techies. which means that he is getting close to the leaders. Let's take a quick look at some other games. Time Machine versus Vugar Rasulov is always interesting. Vugar is leading the tournament. No surprise, he's probably objectively the strongest player in the channel. But let's me take a quick look at the position. The Machine 04 is a strong FM from Germany. He is actually in a little bit of trouble here because he doesn't really have a convenient place to put that knight, and he has also doubled pawns on e6 and e5, which in endgame is a process. Very good. Luka Drašković to the team. Of course, I would love to have Luka on the team. What is his handle? I would love to take a look at his game. All right, so this. All right, let's see. We have. All right, so Bullet Mercenary and Ferrami Learning added up a draw. Unfortunately, there is no way for the queen to make any progress. This is about a drawn position, and there is no way for the white king to survive the checks. All right, so Čepak and Chelsea Monica are in extreme Zeitnot, so let's see how this goes. Chelsea actually has more time. She is in a bad shape, but pre-moves, and she's actually going to lose on time, unfortunately, for Chelsea. And very good. Congratulations to Čepak for winning the game. All right, let's take a look at the lead. We have a 2,900 and a 1,600 players leading the tournament. That's actually very good to see. This is, if I'm not mistaken, this is Vladik's, and this is a drawn position. Yeah, okay. So this is Vladik's trying to flag Dragon, but I think what Dragon needs to do is just to push the pawn. And this is this is Vladik's 92 basically doing off versus insufficient material, so that's basically a draw. Okay, very good. And Vugar Rasulov continues his domination of the field. He has just won another game. That's not surprising. But Josef Tacher, who has won the fourth arena, is now right on the heels between a winner of the fifth arena. So we have two winners of the previous arenas leading the board, followed by Flox and Luke Kaufman. I think Luke Kaufman has just recently looks like he just lost his fourth game, and so it's starting to be an interesting. Hey, congratulations, Harvard! Beating a 2400 is great. It's time to make a run, and it's still everybody's tournament. We still have 75 minutes to go, so we'll see how this goes. And let's see here. I'm still not where I wanted to be. Let me just adjust my layout one more time. Sorry, guys. All right, so let's take a look at some other games. Who is playing? We haven't looked at the game by Dragon B70 once, so let's take a look at that game. And it looks like he is actually winning this. So let's find another game to follow. Right, let's take a quick peek. Let's take a look at Alexander Sagoman, Stefan 95. And I guess this layout, I need to keep this open. Sorry, guys. Let me just fix this. Very good. All right. So This is Stefan 95. This is a 1400 player, and this is one of the very big benefits of these tournaments. If you are a 1400 player, you can end up playing a FIDE master. For me, that's a huge benefit of these tournaments, though. Mahir Tasatan, I think this is Turkish flag. I think he has just lost a piece, and this is not a very good position. Let's take a quick peek at some other players. Let's see. All right, that's the game. Let's see who Vugar is playing, a 1400 player. So this, who is actually holding his own against somebody who is twice his strength. That's always very good to see. And of course, Dragon B70 has won his game. And let's take a quick peek. Josef Dacher, and so Josef is still playing his game, and if he actually wins it, where is his game? He's playing Isolated Warrior, who played more than once in this tournament. He actually has a one position here against Josef Dacher because he has a very strong attack in here on the A file. That's Josef's chance to save this game, but otherwise he is what, 1, 2, there are 5 pawns versus 2 pawns down. If you don't mind, guys, I would like to stay. I'm gonna stay with this game because this looks like a very interesting position. I'm not sure that any of the sacrifices on A3 is going to work. Okay, and Isolated Warrior is a very strong player from India, and I'm very curious to see whether Josef is going to save this. Okay, now knight A5 is a natural move, and I don't think that black could prevent that knight from going to C6 here. Oh, they can. But frankly, I would just take it now, knight c6, and there is no way for black to continue the attack. And it's, hey, Nikola Tesla, my friend, it's very good to see you. Hello to you too. Welcome to the stream. It's very good to see you here. All right, knight d6, and all right, that's basically the real problem, because after knight e6, the black king can only go to h6, and there is, yeah, and that's e5 is a natural move. And now knight g5, and it's not good. But Isolated Warrior is fairly low on time, and let's see if he can actually pull this off in oh, okay, is he gonna agree to draw? No. All right, yeah, too bad. This was a great game by, hey, Bullet Mercenary, thank you for joining and thank you participating in the arena. It's very good to see you. This was too bad for Isolated Warrior. He had a great game. He just ran out of time in this is a completely one position. He just needs to play queen b1 and shield the queen and shield the king, and he'll be fine. Not to mention that he has a mate 1 on h7 here. Okay, let's take a look at a couple of other games. So this was an easy win for Stefan, 95. That basically means that two previous winners of these arenas are leading the tournament, and they basically have won all their games, 4 out of 4. We have Luke Hoffman, who is now 3.5 out of 5, which is amazing for a 1582. And then there is a whole group of very strong players. Stefan 95, e6, b6, f5. Oh, e6, b6, f5 actually has won all his games. So has Chess Yogi Man and Flox. and Maximilian and Fritzi, who are following behind. In other words, this is still everybody's arena, and Stefan85 has just won his last game, and he is on his way to joining the leaders. Let's take a quick look at a lower part of the board. This is international master Drašković L from Montenegro. That's Luka Drašković, I presume. Yeah, good luck to Luka. He just joined the tournament. I'm very happy to see a player from Montenegro here. As you guys know, I grew up in former Yugoslavia, so I'm very happy to see players from former Yugoslav geographical region play in these tournaments. All right, so let's see. So this is an interesting position. Oh, thank you, Anonymous Cheerer, for 100 bits. That's very greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. And let's see. This is an interesting position in which Luka has an extra piece, but it's not the easiest endgame to convert, and that pawn on e4 is weak, and Vlad, who I presume is Vladix92, is a Romanian streamer, and this actually may now be a drawn position. I'm gonna stay with this endgame if you don't mind. Let me just take a quick look to make sure that I'm not losing any track of the leaders. This is hit Alex, and Josef Tacher is basically winning his game against Tikater, winning his game against hit Alex, so he's gonna continue his stream. And now this is, by anybody's standards, should be basically a... Oh, no, that's dangerous because of this. Ooh, is Vladix actually going to win this against Luka Drašković? He may, because how is white going to prevent black playing e4, then rook b1? That's tough. That's pretty tough. Okay, let's stay with this game for a little bit. Okay, so now it's and it's gonna be tough for white to save this, and this is probably a completely lost position. Yeah, white just cannot stop that pawn, and all right. Okay. All right, very good. The black can just take on b6 and give a check on b3, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, and that's basically... Oh, but that's a draw because... because Vladix didn't have enough time. Wow, this is a second game in which a weaker player has a completely one position only to make it to turn into a draw because of insufficient material. They ran out of time. Okay, very good. So let's take a quick look at the games of... We have 3 leaders, and they're followed by e6, b6, f5, who has won all his games, and both Vugar and Stefan85 are 5 out of 6. Josef Tacher is 5 out of 5. Let's take a look at some of the games. Machine 04 versus Dragon B70 is a fairly interesting game. All right, let's see. This looks pretty good for Dragon B70. Let's go back and pull up some other games. Let's take a look at the games by GRZK. GRZK is a stalwart, is a Polish player who has participated into many sub-battles. This is actually probably the lowest of his rating I have seen. He's normally close or over 2000. He's playing against Isolated Warrior, who is a very strong player for India. And let me see if he can actually save this position. That's an interesting game. We'll come back to it. Let's see what other games are interesting. Yosef Taher is playing a 2000 player from United States, Uncle 36. That's okay. That's a pretty good position for the 1989 player. I'm curious to see if Yosef will be able to save this or turn it around. And we're going to go back quickly to GRZK against Isolated Warrior. And Isolated Warrior is basically what he has. He has currently 2 pieces for the rook. And his rook is very active, and these knights are monstrosities. Doesn't look good for GRZK. Okay, going back to Machine 04. Machine 04 is low on time, and this is a bad position. This looks pretty good for Dragon B70. Okay, all right, that's all right. So what is the best thing here? Okay, let's go back to Yosef versus Uncle. So this game is now starting to turn itself around. Are we going to see an upset here? Let's see. It's a very interesting game. Queen d5, natural move. Okay, and all right, c4. The thing is, I'm not sure. All right, this is gonna go for a while, so I'm gonna go to this Isolated Warrior versus GRZK, and GRZK is actually winning this. Both, and yeah, and that's basically mate on f7. Wow, so okay. So this is a little bit of an upset. And Dragon B70 has won his game against Machine 04, which was actually expected. And let's see a quick look at the standings. So somebody apparently has broke Vugar's streak, so he's now at 19 points. And Yosef and Stefan 95 are both keeping their streaks. Yosef is in a little bit trouble here. Let's see what Stefan 95 is doing. Where is the... Yeah, he's playing a 1600 player who is actually seems to be doing very well in this position. Okay. Wow. All right. He has just sacrificed an exchange. All right. And let's see. So that's the game of the leader of the tournament. Going back to Yosef Taher, he's still in trouble here against Uncle, mostly because these 4 pawns on the king side. Yeah, and that's the tactic. That basically, yeah. All right. So let's see if Uncle can actually convert this. All right. So we have here 2 leaders of the tournament being very much in trouble. Yosef is here 2 pawns down. And Luke Hoffman, who is 1603. Hey, Brother Rock, my dear friend, it's very good to see you. Thank you for joining the stream. Thanks. All right, Queen E5 is good. Hey, Rishiv27, thank you for joining the stream. We are in the middle of Sixth Open Field Media Cash Prizes Arena. We're about 1/3 of the way, and we have a pretty interesting board. Yeah, Vugar has just won his game, so he's back in the lead. But we have two very interesting games in which it looks like that Josef Tacher won because Uncle 36 ran out of time. I feel for Uncle 36, he had a winning position against a very strong international master, but there we go. So that basically, let's see what Luke Hoffman is doing against Stefan 95. Okay, I think this position looks not so. Actually, it's okay. Let's see if playing with a knight, even when knight has two connected passed pawns versus a rook, is always tough because knight is a short range piece, and I would prefer black here because white really cannot stop. The knight cannot stop a pawn effectively, and I think that's basically what's happening in this position. Yeah, now knight b5 and a2, and black promotes, and white is nowhere near promotion. Yeah, and now, okay. Yeah, I think Stefan 95 is going to win this game. All right, let's take a quick look at some other games. Yeah, Stefan 85 has won. Let's see what's Josef Tacher doing. Hey, Kartik 2026, it's very good. Thank you for the follow, very greatly appreciated. Let's see. This is Halvard, who is one of the standout members of the chess community on Twitch and a very strong player, is here in a little bit of trouble against Josef Tacher. Though this position now can be holdable. Queen d5 is basically threat of mate on g2, which needs to be parried. And the problem then is that, if I'm not mistaken, black has f4, which basically pushes the knight away, but Josef decided to play a different move. All right, so Josef won his game against Uncle. Let's see let's take a quick look at Alexandra's game. Alexandra has just won her game. She has 11 points. She's 17th place. It's very good to see Alexandra doing well in this tournament. In addition to this, we have a game between Halvard and Josef Tacher. Let's take a look at Fritz is pretty high placed in this tournament, and looks like he is here winning the game, or just one game, against international master Luka Drašković from Montenegro. Congratulations to Fritzy. Let's see, we haven't really looked at any of the games of international master Pantev from Bulgaria. Let's see how he's doing. This appears to be a normal. Actually, I'm curious to see what was this was Nimzo Indian. Okay, makes sense. So yet another exchange sacrifice, and this looks to be, I guess, slightly better for black. Yeah, because of black is attacking. Though according to the evaluation bar, that wasn't the most precise continuation. All right, let's go back to the tournament standings, and let's see what's happening here. We have Vugar Rasulov leading, with Josef Tacher and Stefan 95 following, with Fritzy and Dragon B70, who had a rough start to the tournament, continuing and actually doing quite well. Okay, Uncle 36, I can completely relate as far as I don't think you're slow. You had a very good game. I even have an emote that says too old, too slow. So I'm too slow too. All right, let's take a look at some other games. Let's take. Oh, I would like to see how my friend Turnip Swagger is doing in this tournament. He has 8 points, which is actually a very respectable result. He's playing Blitz Rider 20, who is a 2160 player, which from this is, if I'm not mistaken, Syria. Okay. But he's in trouble here. He's a queen down and unfortunately has just lost the game. Chepak versus Pantev is looks like it's gonna come down to time because he's in trouble here and there is no way white, even if better. The question here is, wow, okay. Ooh, all right, so this is all pre-moves, and unfortunately, International Master Pantev have won on the strength of Chepak not having enough time. Too bad. Stefan 95 is playing E6, B6, F5. Stefan is in the third place, and he was on the podium last week. Let me see how is this going. E6, B6, F5 appears to have pretty interesting position with a rook and a knight, or rook and a minor piece versus here, but the white king is in trouble. And yeah, sorry to hear that, Jens Chesix. And incidentally, guys, we conduct fairness review of all the winners, and we actually encourage anybody who suspects somebody of not following fair play, just send me a DM and report the game or report it to chess.com. I would actually really appreciate this if you send me a DM if you suspect anyone, and I'll make sure that their games get extensively reviewed. So let me know that we don't need cheaters in the tournament. So Jens, if you suspect anyone, just send me a DM. It does, and let me know what game you suspect, and I'll have chess.com staff on it in a New York minute. Okay, so all right, so we're back to the standings. We have Vugar leading the tournament, Josef Tacher following closely by, and Stevan 95 there. Okay, very good. Thank you. That's exactly the right thing to do. If you want to send me a DM and report that to me as well, so I can push it through. I really do not want to ruin everybody's experience there. But thank you for reporting that. Please report any suspicious game to chess.com immediately. All right, so we're close to being midway through the tournament. Let's see a quick game from International Master Drašković, who is actually having a pretty rough tournament. And I think Patrick FM has just joined, from Romania has just joined. And this is mate in 2, which I think began. All right, and now, yeah, black needs to play G2, and that's game over. Very good technique by Patrick FM. All right, what other games are there? Let's take a quick look at the game between Chelsea Monica and GRZK. And let's see. We're also gonna take a quick look at Stefan 95 playing Midedu. That's a Serbian duel between two Serbian FMs. And this is a complex position. And that knight on d7 is very interesting. And white has just got himself an exchange. And we're going to come back to this. Let's go back to Chelsea versus GRZK. And Chelsea is also having a relatively rough tournament. She's only at 6 points. Yes, Nikola Živić, dva Srbina. Yes, what are the chances of that happening? Anyway, all right. Thank you, Brazuka01. Thank you for the follow. Very greatly appreciated. Guys, we are 2 follows away for 2,800. I would be very happy if we reach that milestone today. So if you haven't already, please follow the channel. We're going to have a special event when we reach 3,000, which actually should be fairly soon. Max Mlinek is a dear friend of mine, and he has just won the game against Blitzrider. So that was perfect timing on my side. And let's take a look at Chelsea Monica versus GRZK, and Chelsea has just very strong player. Thank you, Nikola, my namesake. Very greatly appreciated. Thank you. Oh yeah, so who we have? We're 1 follower away from 2,800. Thanks, thank you guys. All right, let's take a quick peek at the leaderboard. And we still have Vugar has actually separated itself from the rest of the field. Josef Taher, who is a very strong player, international master from I think, if I'm not mistaken, Indonesia, and Dragon B70, 785, they have all been here. They're followed by Harsh the Great, which is 7 out of 9, which has, I don't remember that name seeing on this tournament. Let's take a quick look. And let's see, what do we have? The Serbian duel, I think, is going to come to time because Midedu is really, I don't think this is a way too complex position to survive with 6/10 of a second. So this is going to be a win for Stefan 85. Let's see what other games are interesting here. We have Vugar playing Fritzi, which is actually 2 current leaders or near leaders playing against each other. Let's see who is, let's take a quick look at the position. This is still early. I think Fritzi is holding himself quite well here. He has an isolated pawn, and he's a pawn down, but in exchange for that he has a bishop pair, and this knight on c4 is a little stranded, and this this bishop is also a little bit troubled. Yeah, d5 is a perfectly natural move in this position, to the extent that obviously I can tell. It's one advantage of isolated pawn is that it can be pushed. Okay, so we have a piece sacrificed by Fritzi, which computer doesn't like, but it's subject to some debate, and we're going to stay with this game because this is looks like a fairly interesting attacking position. Rook c1 is a great move. It brings rook into the attack. I'm not sure if rook c6 actually works in this position. Followed by rook g6. Let's see. Okay, rook c6. Okay, I guessed the move right. May that be noted somewhere. And okay. Queen d5, natural move, grabbing the pawn. Now rook g6. Does that work? Because after rook g6, or is rook c8 actually better? Hey, Arcodipto, thank you for the follow. That's very greatly appreciated. Feel free to join the arena. You actually entered the right command. That's the command to join the OpenFill Media Club and then join the arena. All right, while these guys are thinking, let's take a quick look at some other games that we may follow. Let's see what Stefan 95 is doing. Stefan 95 is playing another game against Vladix 92, which I'm pretty sure is Vlad Gita, a streamer he streams on Chess, and he's a friend of this channel. Let's see. This appears to be, black has an exchange with equal pawns. I'm not sure if Stefan actually has the advantage here. All right, going back to Fritzi and Wooger. Yeah, I'm afraid that, there's no way for white to stop that e-pawn, and this is now an easy win for Wooger, who is going to continue his streak. And let's take a look at, and let's take a look at the duel between two international masters, Luka Drašković from Montenegro, and I think it's Veselin Pantev from Bulgaria. I might be wrong. That appears to be a fairly interesting position. White doesn't have any extra pawns, but he has a better pawn structure, and that knight on e5 is pretty tough. This is now everybody's game. Let's go back to Vladik's versus Stefan 85. Stefan 85 appears to have this position won, or maybe not. The relation bar just went to 0. Oh yes, I'm not sure he was supposed to allow it. Okay. All right, so the question here is, can white get to, can white get to c7? No, it cannot. He's actually 2 tempi short. So guess what, guys? This is going to be a draw, because nobody here can make progress. The rook on b8 is completely blocked. And now this is basically a completely dead draw. The rook and pawn over there basically eliminate themselves. Hey, Fundamental Corals, it's very good to follow. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining the stream. Yeah, so now, the idea here is, the only problem here is that if black takes on b7, because it's a wrong color bishop, that's a draw. So all black needs to do is to take on b7, and that's a dead draw. And that's exactly what the move that was made. And there was no, although there is an extra bishop and an extra pawn for white, there is no way any progress can be made. And I don't think. Hey Uzamov, thank you for redeeming hydrate. That's what I'm going to do. Thank you. There is no way any side can make progress, and black has enough time to make 50 moves before flags. So you can just do basically h8, g8, h8, g8 pre-moves, and that's basically enough for a draw. And at some point 50 move rule is going to kick out. I assume that chess.com has a 50 move rule. I'm actually curious to see. Okay, so now it's again 50 move rule, because the pawn was just moved. So now it's the question of whether okay, this is actually one thing that that's part of online chess I completely understand, but that's not cool. I mean, this is a completely dead draw position, and draw by stalemate. Vlad was able to pull 50 moves before. Uzamov, thank you for the redeeming hydrate. All right, so let's take a look at the arena standings. Wooger is actually running away with the field. Josef Tacher is behind 35 and 34 by Dragon B70, 32 by Flox, who is having a really good tournament. And basically, we're now halfway through the tournament, and the real question is, I think Wooger has won 8 games in a row, and Dragon has won 9. So people on the hot streak are the ones that may have a chance to make progress. I think the first first 10, maybe 11 players to include Pantev, Vasilin Pantev and Alexandra have chances of making the podium. So it's still everybody's tournament. All right, so let's take a look. Let's look at a couple of games. Let's see how's Josef doing. Josef seems to have a predilection for these complex positions. This is probably a third and a fourth game in which he has a very complex position. This is coming from Hyper Accelerated Dragon. Okay, and it's the ratings. Although Josef has a title, these are within the realm of that's within 50 points. So I don't think there is any significant ratings advantage. This is more or less an equal position. Let's take a look at some other games. All right, so we have Alexandra Samaganova is playing Vugar Rasulov. That promises to be a very interesting game because Alexandra is within a striking distance of the podium, and Vugar has been basically dominating this tournament. Okay, and Alexandra here is 2 pawns down, and black has an attack that doesn't look really good for Alexandra. And now, that's, Queen G3 is a nasty fork that I'm not sure how. Hey, Fundamental Corals, please welcome you. Please join the tournament. It would be great to have you here. And incidentally, since we have lots of viewers join us, this is 6th Open Film Media Cash Prizes Arena. These arenas happens every Saturday. The stream begins at 9 a.m. and the arenas themselves begin at 9:15. The prizes are 150 and 25 for first, second, and third place. With the 7th arena, which is going to be next Saturday at the same time at 9:15, we're going to institute the prizes that are small prizes based on the class. So there will be under 2,000 prize, under 1,500, and under 1,000. Welcome to the stream. This is a weekly feature every Saturday morning. Open Film Media sponsors a SOL tournament. These are pilots for the similar tournaments in the future. So welcome. I hope you enjoy this. The leaders of the tournament are Grandmaster Vugar Rasulov from Azerbaijan, who has actually won last week as well, followed by 2 international masters, Josef Takar from Indonesia, who has won the tournament, I think the 4th arena, and Dragon B70, who was on the podium twice, followed by Flox, who is a strong player and stalwart of the chess community. And in other words, I think Vugar has kind of run away with this tournament, but all the other places on the podium are still wide open. I think even Halvard and Fritzi, if they make a very good run, can actually make it there to the podium. Anyway, so let's take a quick look at a couple of the games. We have, if you want, a neighbors duel between Hungarian International Master Dragon B70 and Luka Drašković from Montenegro. This appears to be a reasonably equal position, and draw by repetition is a perfectly natural result. Let's see who else. So this is, Vugar Rasulov, who is a very strong grandmaster for Azerbaijan, is playing 2511, who is a fellow streamer and also a mod on this channel. For once, he's actually not modding the channel while he's playing in the tournament. It took some persuasion to get him to do that. So he's holding his own. This is not an easy position. He's a pawn down, but this actually might be holdable. I'm not sure, but yeah, the question here is, can black maintain this fortress? Yes, text singularity. Only top 3 get cash prizes. This is a pilot. This is still in a process of pilot. Starting next week, we're going to have prizes also for people in different ratings classes. That's going to start next week. But for this tournament, it's going to be top 3. All right, so let's see who else is playing. Let's take a quick look. We have Stefan95, who has won his game. Let's see. We have a duel between international masters. Veselin Panter from Bulgaria is playing Josef Tacher from Indonesia, and this appears to be a very interesting position. Josef is second in this tournament, while Pantev is a little bit behind, but I prefer White's position here because of this pawn on c6 and now an extra pawn. So this is still everybody's game. And let's see what other games we can take a look. All right, so there is a game between Midedu, who has just won against YesChessX, who is a very good player. And let's see, Arko Dipto Duta is well known to chess community, and unfortunately he just joined the tournament. I'm very glad to see him play, but he's in trouble here against international master Luka Drašković from Montenegro. So let's see how this goes. This doesn't look good. Let's take a quick look at Vugar versus 2511, and oof. So this is probably good for us to study as an endgame. If I'm not mistaken, this is a 1 for white because there is only one diagonal for black to contest. And now king g6, yeah, and now after bishop f6, black king is too far. If black king was an f5, this may have been a much stronger there. So anyway, it was an interesting endgame. And so let's go back and see some other games. And guys, we have half an hour left into the arena. We are looking at, all right, Vugar Rasulo versus Fritzi. Will Fritzi be able to break the Vugar streak? Fritzi is a very strong player. This is an interest. He was on the podium a couple of times, if I'm not mistaken. And this is a very interesting Sicilian position. The problem with this line is once bishop goes onto b6, most of the black's counterplay, which is based on pushing b7, b5, is not there. Text Singularity, it's sponsored by Open Field Media. It actually, if you look at the title, it's Open Field Media is a company that I'm one of the principals, and Open Field Media supports. If you put OFM command in there, you will see their events. Open Field Media sponsors quite a few channels, Botes Live, Akanemsko, PhotoChess, and a few others. We also organize events and so on and so forth. But this is an Open Field Media event that it's a weekly arena. It's a pilot for future. Will we have more such events in the future? At least we hope so. Anyway, so to give you a quick look, we have Josef Tacher versus Findevane Corrales. That's an interesting game. Let's see what is happening here. Josef Tacher is very strong here. This is a very strong attack, because I might be wrong, but what's the way for black to stop itself from being mated. This is a rough position for black. Okay, all right. Okay, so yeah, swing the rook to g3, and then after something like, you know, bishop on h6, if I'm not mistaken, should win the game. These players are stronger than me, so and I really don't want to have evaluation, you know, computer assistance. I just have the evaluation bar for anybody's benefit. That it's hard, and Finneven Corrales offers a cheeky draw. I think that's just all right. Yes, take on f6, and now and this is now basically crushing. What follows is actually taking on rook on e8 was also an option. Okay, now he can. Let's see how Josef converts this. I'm actually, to be quite frank, a little bit curious. And this is, takes, and now rook g8, king e7, check here, and now there will be the discovered check, and this is, actually I don't think bishop d7 is the right move here, but I'm gonna trust Josef to know how to convert this. He has multiple pawns. So let's take a look at the Wooker's game against Fritzi. Fritzi looks to be in real trouble. This might be a little bit of a mismatch here. It's a lost position. I think we should and yes, Josef has converted his game against Van de Wanne Corrals. Let's look at the quick leaderboard. Josef is 12 of 14, and Vugar has basically won last 11 games. So I think it's probably safe to assume, given that it's only half an hour left, that this is going to be Vugar Rasulov's second tournament, so Opel Filmidi Arena 1. But on the other hand, we have 3 players in contention for the podium, and Stefan 95, who actually was second last week, is very much in contention. So let's take a look at a couple of other games. Let's see. All right, so Stefan 85 is playing Alexandra Samoganova. If one of the mods can just give a quick shout out to Alexandra, who is a fellow chess streamer for Kyrgyzstan, and she's a dear friend of this channel. Please give her a shout out, or I'll do it real quick. Alexandra Samoganova. Give her a follow, and yes, thank you. Right, but in this position, she's in a little bit of a trouble. This is a crushing position for white. Let's see if we can find some other game. Maybe somebody. All right, so I'm actually curious to see how Ofra Shah is doing against who is 983. Might be in. Let's see. All right. So, thank you, Chicken LP. Very greatly appreciated. All right. So, okay. This Opera Shah, unfortunately, I think the 1000 rating difference is telling. Going back to Alexandra versus Stefan 85. And yeah. All right, that was expectable. So both games ended up with a decisive result. Dragon B70 is currently leading the duel for the second and third place on the podium. Let's take a quick look at Josef Tacher's game. All right. So Patrick FM has been has been playing really well in the tournament. Every game I have had the chance to take a look at, he has basically won or had a completely won position. It looks like he has Josef Tacher here on the ropes. I would definitely prefer to play white's position here. It's an extra pawn and a queen versus 2 rooks. But that's really not what matters. What matters here is that white has a strong attack and the black king is in a little bit of trouble. Okay, let's pick some other games to take a quick peek on. All right, so let's take a look at Stefan 95. Looks like Stefan 95 and Vladix 92 have been playing a mini match in this arena. I mean, this is probably further than a 4th game they have been following. Okay, very good. Looks like Stefan has a better position according to the engine, but frankly, I'm not sure I would like to face that bayonet attack if I were black. It looks scary from black's standpoint. On the other hand, white king is also weak, but we'll come back to this game. Hey, Watchful Prism, thank you for joining the stream. It's very good to see you. Welcome to 6th weekly Open Field Media Cash Prizes Arena. It's very good to see you here. All right, so okay, that's bad because wow, so Josef has just captured, Patrick FM has just blundered the game away. Wow, okay. All right, and now this is mate. Okay, so Josef is gonna continue his streak. Let's look at some other games and the leaders. So Josef and Dragon B70 are both equal, and Dragon is playing Fritzy, and looks like he has a very promising position here. He has a very strong pawn on f6, and also this cluster of pieces is black pieces is not the strongest. Ulon, that is hilarious. So Anna bought when Anna played her own bot on her stream and says, "You played amazingly well. Maybe you should be a guest on my Twitch stream." That is absolutely hilarious. Actually, I think what Anna should do is Anna should dress herself up because she is a fabulous impersonator. I think she should just dress as her own guest and appear on her own stream. That would have been hilarious. But thanks for sharing that. That's fabulous. That is absolutely hilarious. All right, so now we have 2 bishops and a pawn against the rook, and okay. Oh wow! So Dragon actually blundered. All right, I have to say, oh yes, the Dragon is out of time, so Fritzy won. That's actually a game has implications for the leaders because Dragon was one of the leaders and has just had his streak broken. Hey, Turbo MM, thank you for the follow. That's very greatly appreciated. Thank you. And thank you, Zergsterminator, for the follow. With those 2 last follows, the channel has reached 2,800 follows. Congratulations. I'm going to drink a glass of water in celebration of that. We have a commitment for Open Film Media when this channel reaches 3,000 followers that we want a special event, so I'm looking forward to that milestone. All right, so let's take a quick look at Vladix versus Stefan 95, and Stefan 95 is interesting enough. Does okay. The time is about the same, and but this is, I think the problem is, yeah, that's the problem. White doesn't have time to capture the rook, which makes, and now this is really bad. Yeah, and white has no way of stopping the pawn on a2, and actually, yeah. Oh no, that rook b3 was one move too early. Okay, well, both of these guys are much stronger than me, but that was just a blunder, and this is now dead draw. Wow. Yeah. Draw by repetition. Yeah. Wow. All right. We actually haven't seen the game very recently by e6, b6, f5, and he is actually number 2 on the tournament. He's a very strong player from Hungary. Let's see how that goes. And he's winning his game against Hakim. Let's take a look at some other leaders. Let's see what Josef is doing. He's playing against Chepak, and not for the first time, he is in trouble. And I have to say that having seen quite a few Josef's games over the last few arenas, he has an uncanny ability to basically drag himself out of trouble. Like this is now minus 0.83 according to the engine, but I'm pretty sure this is gonna end up being in Josef's favor. This wouldn't be the first time. Anyway, we'll take a quick look. Let's go back to Hakim versus, and Hakim is basically winning, and this game has implications for the leadership because 18 minutes before the end, and I think we can declare Vugar the winner. He is 23 points away from anybody else. I think he can even retire from the tournament right now, and I think he just had his streak broken. But we have 3 players in play for the 2 play paces on the stadium, and both Stefan 85 and Flox and Harsh the Great are definitely within the striking range for the 3rd place. So let's see how this goes. Okay, I think Hakim is actually going to win this game. I would be very surprised if he doesn't. He's a little bit low on time, but he has, yeah, he has a queen and a rook and a knight, and basically this is mate in, easy mate in 2. And so basically number 3 on our leaderboard, he has just had his streak broken. So has Dragon B70, which is a chance for Josef, whose streak stands in 3. Let's see how's he doing against Chepak. And okay, ooh, this is, and this happens to Chepak. Wow. Okay, so this was a cheeky move. Oh, hold on a second. I have to say this was a very classy move by Josef. He actually resigned, although his opponent had only 0.5 of a second. That's a very classy move, and Josef should deserves an award for fair play, because this is a very classy move. I mean, he resigned when it was 0.5 of a second. He just needed to make 3 or 4 moves, and this would have been a draw. That's a classy move. Big shout out to Josef Dacker. All right, so that basically means that, I'm sorry, it was my bad. It was Chepak who resigned. Forget about it. But anyway, so basically, I think we have an outline of the leaderboard. I think Vugar, I think maybe Vugar has already he's still playing. But he's winning his game against Fritzi. It would be very big surprise. I think it's almost impossible for him not to be the winner of this week's arena. But we haven't also Let's take a quick look at the game between two players from former Yugoslavia. One is international master Luka Drašković from Montenegro, another is Stefan 85 from Serbia. It's an interesting rook endgame in which white is winning, but was winning. And I'm actually going to wait for this game to end. And then I'm going to turn the analysis board and we're going to see how white was supposed to win this end game. And this is theoretical draw. But let's see if, having a theoretical draw versus doing it in a tournament is something completely different. And yeah, now there is no way. And once the black king reaches g7, it's a dead draw. There is no way. Stefan 85 offered the draw. This is a drawn game. All right, but what I want to see, and I'm actually going to turn the lines because there was a moment here, right here, in which white was winning by a very significant margin. And the trick here was to try to keep these two pawns. In other words, the winning line is h3, and then after h3, black is in Zugzwang. So that was, I'm almost tempted. You know what, guys? I'm going to download this game for my own benefit. Forgive me for doing this. I'm going to analyze this endgame, and I'm actually curious to see how this endgame could have been won. All right, going back to the tournament, leadership board, Josef still has his streak unbroken, so he now's in a 6-point lead, but Dragon and e6, b6, f5 are still within striking distance for the second place, and obviously the race for the third place is wide open. Let's take a look at who is playing. Dragon is playing Ferranmi Learning, and he is winning the game. Yes, I'm homeless on Wi-Fi. That's an unusual Zugzwang position. It's obviously impossible even for very strong players, maybe Magnus, to see this. And let me turn off the lines on here. So Dragon is continuing his race. He is there. So let's see what e6, b6, f5 is doing. He's playing turnip swagger, and he has a slight advantage. But, the black king is weak, but black has compensation in this f pawn. The problem is that, and now there is a mate threat, which basically means that pawn on f3. Turnip, no. Turnip basically had to play king h8. He just blundered and mate in 1, unfortunately. Too bad, Turnip. You actually have a great tournament, 23 points. That's excellent. It's very good to see you play this, but you were unlucky in this game. It's very hard to play with 15 seconds these difficult endgames against very strong players. Yeah, Hedgehog, too bad for Turnip. All right, so Vugar, I think it's at 72. There are 12 minutes left in the tournament. I think Vugar has already won this tournament. I think the other spots on the podium are still very much in dispute. Josef and Dragon and e6, b6, f5 still have chances to win. Let's take a look. This is Stefan 95, who has an interesting position against Hadibi from, I think this is Algerian flag. Okay, so we're going to keep a look at that game. We are also going to take a look at the duel between Midedu and Josef Tacher. And Josef Tacher is basically very much here doing quite well. Okay, and let's see what Dragon B70 is doing. And Dragon B70 is playing about Shepach from Russia. And this appears to be a pretty good position for Dragon. All right, and Josef Tucker has actually just won the game against Mitedu, so Josef's streak continues. He is at 56, and there is one more. Let's take a look at E6. And he's playing Vandevane Corals, who is having us. Yeah, and he looks like he is winning. He is from Hungary. Hey, Partenopi Chess, how are you doing? Hello, Maria, it's very good to see you. Big shout out to Partenopi for your information. This is a weekly Open Film Media sponsored arena with cash prizes. I'm looking forward maybe to seeing you in one of the next arenas. Next arena is going to be next Saturday at 9:15. But a big shout out to Partenopi Chess. She has one of the nicest emotes. This siren the mermaid is absolutely gorgeous, and she streams in Italian, and she's a great lady and great friend. Please give her a follow. Yes, I'm doing fine. Thank you. Thank you so much. So Stefan 95 has lost his game against Hadibi. All right. And let's see, this is 2 games between 2 potential leaders here. Dragon B70 is basically crushing. He has a crashing position here. And Vandevane Corals is also losing against E6, B6, F5. Let's take a quick peek at the standings. I think Vugar, we can assume that he's going to winning the tournament. And I think Josef has reached a lead of 11 points over Dragon and 12 over E6, B6, F5. I think the interesting duel that's still left. Hey, Bamdizi, my friend, it's very good to see you. So the interesting duel here is basically for the 3rd place between Dragon B70 and E6, B6, F5. Dragon B70 has an advantage of having his streak unbroken. So and both of them are winning their respective games, if I'm not mistaken, by a very significant margin. So let's see if they're going to be able to convert. And I'm kind of hoping that chess.com is going to pair them in the next, round. But I have no control over it. Yeah, this is a very nice position for white. And now white can just play basically whatever white wants. Even h7 is perfectly fine. No, not h7. White needs to be careful about some queen d1 check ideas. But okay. This appears to be won. And Dragon B70 has won his game against Chepak. So the duel for the 3rd place continues. Let me just verify a couple of other more games. So Vugar is playing Pseudobanco Gambit against this international master Pantev, but that's, I think, since Vugar is definitely winning the tournament, let's take a look at the standings. Let's see what Dragon B70 and E6, B6, F5 are doing. So where is Dragon? So Dragon is playing how to move a knight. And this is still early to tell. And E6, B6, F5 we play Josef Tucker, who I think has, for all intents and purposes, secured the 2nd place. Okay. All right. Let's take a quick look here. This is a very interesting position. Bishop f5. All right, so it's an interesting game. And Rasulov has won against International Master Pantev, so that's game over. And How to Move a Knight is winning against Dragon B70, or has a better position. This knight on f5 is very strong. Yeah, and yeah, knight e5 is almost forced. So, hey CJ, my friend, it's very good to see you. Please, let's give a quick shout out to CJ Gray, who is a fellow streamer and a friend. And she has last been seen playing Among Us. I think I watched one of your Among Us streams. Thank you. Oh, the pleasure is all mine. I'm very happy to see CJ in the channel, especially when she behaves. Haha. All right, so let's see here. So this is basically a duel for the third place. E6 is in decent shape here against Joseph. And Dragon B70 is okay. Let me see what happened here. He's now basically winning. Because How to Move a Knight had a dominant position. But then, what did he do here? He blundered a piece. Okay. And now he's in trouble. This is gonna end up with Dragon's win. And guess what, guys? E6 has won against Joseph Tucker. And how did that happen? Oh, wow. Did Joseph just blunder a mate here? Yeah, Joseph just blundered a mate. Whoa. Okay. All right. I guess even international masters can blunder a mate in one. That's, I have to say, fairly encouraging for someone like me, which basically means that Dragon B70 and E6 are still in duel for the third place. Before we look at their games, we see lots of players having a very good tournament. 25-11, and Chelsea are having a little bit of a time. Chelsea is 8 out of 14, and 25-11, 9 out of 23. And How to Move a Knight has a pretty good tournament. But it's the Dragon. Yeah, it was mate or piece lost. Yeah, thank you, homeless Wi-Fi. Let's see here. So, oh, perfect. So this, ladies and gentlemen, is the game for third place. Basically, it's pretty much safe to assume that who wins this is going to win the third place in the tournament. So I'm very happy that these guys got paired. Hey, Rook Rollers, thank you. Hi, how are you doing? Thank you for being here. So this is now a game for the third place. All right, that looks like E6, B6, F5 is likely to win. I'm good, thank you. And thank you for the follow, Rook Rollers. That's very greatly appreciated. We are now crossed the threshold of 2,800 followers. Looking forward to crossing 3,000, hopefully very soon. Okay, so I'm not sure how. Yeah, the problem is that there is a knight e2 check and the pawn promotes. So looks like Dragon is going to lose this. And frankly, if I were him, I would just resign this fairly quickly and then try to put in another game because there is 1 minute left in the tournament. All right, so this is basically one for East. Yeah, and this is the problem. Now black is a whole rook for 2 pawns. Oh, you know what? Dragon is actually smart. What Dragon is trying to do, because there's only 51 seconds left, he can basically he can basically stall for 42 seconds, and then he's going to end up being in a third place because the arena is going to end because there are only 30 seconds. And, you know, that's actually great strategic playing because he can spend time thinking. And, you know, arena is ending in 20 seconds and he's not going to make a move and this game won't count. Wow. That's actually pretty amazing. And let's look at the standings. I think we basically have our leaderboard because this game is not gonna finish in time. And the arena is over. Congratulations to Grandmaster Rasulov, who has won this tournament for the second time in a row. Congratulations to Josef Tucker, who has, after winning the last arena, is now in second place. And also congratulations to International Master Dragon B70, who has demonstrated strategic acumen of playing in the arenas in this last game. He basically waited out the end of the arena, and he is in third place. All right, so guys, thank you for being here. Thank you for the follow. I'm very happy to 2,800 followers. It's also very good to see you guys here. Next week's arena, I'll send the notification both in Twitter, and I'm gonna to go have a little. Hey, thank you, Arcodipto. It's a pleasure. Thank you to Open Film Media for sponsoring it. We'll announce it on Twitter and on Discord. I think what we're gonna do, we're gonna have some sort of a class-based prices as well to just make sure, because very frankly, this is the second in a row in which all the winners is for go to 2,500 plus players. I think to encourage lower rated player to participate, we're gonna have this. Hey, 2511, thank you for the raid. I'm very glad you played. It didn't have the best of tournaments, but I'm glad you participated. I think I already have information for Dragon B70 and Josef Tucker regarding prices to Grandmaster Vugar Rasulov. I need actually your PayPal or information about how to pay you for last week's tournament and for this one. So we're gonna see this. And yeah, that was a chaotic game with nasty abortion from the site. Dragon B70, that was a must. That's dirty, but that's a masterful strategy regarding how to play in these arenas. You secured third place by basically waiting out until the end of the arena. It's perfectly legitimate strategy. Congratulations to Potato Boy 007. Next steps here is we conduct a fairness review of all the winners, and we will make sure that there was no cheating involved. And then one that usually happens, that usually takes chess.com 24 to 48 hours, and I also review that some of the games myself, and then we'll pay out the prices. The 7th arena, which will happen next week, is gonna have class-based prices. My next stream, or my next two streams, first is a adoption match, or better, 5 bullet adoption matches against one and only Alessia Santeramo. And if you don't mind 2511, just give a shout out to Alessia in the chat. She's gonna try to adopt me, and she gets 5 chances. If she fails, that means she has lost 10 adoption matches against me in a row, which means I have in some way adopted her. So somebody's gonna get adopted tomorrow. After that, my best loss is on Monday. It's an 8 p.m. Eastern time. That's actually going to be a special edition. It's going to be dedicated to my match against Grandmaster Sergei Karyakin. It's going to be a longer stream than usual because I'm going to actually analyze all the games we played. So it's going to be a longer stream, and I don't, for playing against Super Grandmasters is an interesting challenge. I had a plus 7.5 position in one of the games, and it was a very interesting match, and it was a very beneficial match, and there is lots to learn from those games. So please join. That's at 8 p.m. New York time on Monday. All right, and Potato Boy 007, we're going to do that next week, not for this week's arena. I think we need to encourage more lower rated players to participate, and I think it's only fair to do so. So anyway, all right, so that brings us to the end of today's stream. Let's see who is streaming chess right now. Let's see, and all right, I actually promised Chess on Earth a raid. He's a big supporter of the channel, and he's dear friend of the channel, and so I'm gonna raid his channel. Please give him a follow. He is trying to increase his viewership, and he's a great guy. He is improving his chess very significantly, so give him a follow, and I'm gonna send you his way, and I'm gonna join you there as well. Anyway, thank you guys, thank you Potato Boy, thank you for all the support and everything else. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.